both teams. Did it just feel like a weird game?
Yeah, it wasn't a clean game, as I would say. Both sides of the ball. On offense, we got to clean up a few things. Less turnovers, less penalties. So it's small things we know we're good at. We take that back, and then we might look at the game and put up way more points than we did today.
Easier to do after a win, though, I'm sure, to try to correct those things than if it's the other way.
I guess. I don't know. I guess.
Matter either way?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You're still going to have to do corrections,
Did you go over and say anything to Jordan Battle after the fumble?
I told him something. I told him he paying for my lunch later. Yeah.
Why?
Because we can't have that. He ran 60 yards to fumble the ball, but I ain't going to kill him for that, It's a lesson that he learned.
It makes a difference that he wasn't really showboating. He said it was just an accident. He was trying to switch hands.
Yeah. I can understand that, but if you on defense, just run it in and then showboat after, So.
Expensive lunch? You planning an expensive lunch then, if he's paying? Yeah. I was going to say something else, but yeah. Steak on Jordan.
Steak on Jordan, yeah.
You've been known to make a lot of guys miss. Did you catch the Tavondre Sweat stiff arm? Did you happen to see him do that
Who is that, bro?
The big 366-pound defensive tackle that picked up their fumble and ran 40 yards or whatever?
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Bro, lately my head's been turned for a lot of things. So I just be seeing, then I see noise, so I turn back and this big guy running on the sideline. So it's funny to see something like that.
Yeah, it's that kind of day.
You happy you didn't have to tackle him?
I just threw my body at his legs or something, Get him on the ground somehow. They do it to me.
What's Chase Brown meant to this offense, this run he's on?
Chase Brown is perfect for this offense, man. He catch, run, block, he does it all. And then he improves every week, man. He's showing that he's capable to be a number one running back, and he's been doing it every week.
I know you guys only ever just care about winning, but does it leave a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth with when you win 2 in a row and you see that you're technically still in the hunt for the playoffs? You guys
sour Mambas? That's sour? That's kind of good sour though, right? Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? You guys are still in it, and it's close, but
yeah.
Had you won at least one more game, you guys could really win it. Is that kind of a sour taste?
I don't know how that works for real. This is my first time being in this position on how many games we should be and stuff like that. So this is my first year getting a taste of that sour taste, like you saying. So I guess it's pretty sour, yeah.
You have a favorite flavor?
Mamba? I like all the Mambas, all of them.
Is there a loss from earlier this year that sticks with you that is?
Oh, no. Not in football. You can't do that, brother. You won't make it to the next week.
What does it mean for this team to go on the road and win back-to-back games like you have?
It's just showing that, what we're capable of. We started off slow and not good this year, but, we just trying to find a way and make it to the end.
I know you just mentioned penalties.
Yeah, defense backed us up there a couple times, got us back on the field, so big tribute to them. But outside of that, we could have been a lot better. We put some points on the board, but, when we watch the film, there's going to be a lot to learn from.
You made some key runs there down the stretch. What do you have to say about at least putting your team in a better position there?
The O-line was getting up to the second level and making my life easy, so if they do that, I can make, 5 to 10 yards every single time. So that's just what happened at the end, and we're able to execute and, lower the clock down and finish the drive with a touchdown.
You guys have talked about having to stack wins. How important was it to get a win today?
Huge. You've seen the reports. You've kind of seen that little thing that, gives us a chance that, we could make the playoffs. So we know what we got to do. We know what has to happen. So we're just going to focus on this one game at a time and control the controllables.
Take us through the touchdown, the first touchdown, where Joe's back there for 9 seconds.
I was just trying to get open. When Joe rolls out of the pocket, it's scrambled right away. So I'm just trying to, find some space for him to give me the ball, and I was able to.
How many different ways did you scramble? Were you just running back and forth at one point?
Right, up, down, and then back, and I got the ball. So,
Are you amazed after all that he's still holding the ball when you look up?
Yeah, a little bit. He's so poised in the pocket, and is able to navigate through there. And just by him, just his ability to, extend plays is a lot of fun, especially as like a skill player in the red zone. You never know when you're going to get the ball.
How many times did you go back and forth?
Like I said, I might have went up and down or side to side, so it was crazy. But
Aware of the stretch you've had in recent weeks, you're playing like one of the best in the game as far as the numbers you're putting up.
just focus on one game at a time, and I'll reflect on it at the end of the season.
After your last touchdown, the cameras caught Joe in a pretty animated conversation with Zach. Do you have any idea what he was upset about? You guys had just scored.
It was just messy. I mean, 2 penalties. We were on the 1 yard line, so we could have done that right there. And then we went back to like the 5 or the 6 and another penalty. So that's frustrating. So especially when we have a high standard for ourselves and the way that we want to operate. So it's tough to see that, and we want to be better.
Geno, can you take us through the pick 6?
No, that is something I saw on film during the week. I'm pretty sure Joseph from the Lions had the same exact pick against them. So I saw that probably during the week, and then something that me and the coaches talked about. That's something I can disguise and be able to take advantage of in that certain coverage we had.
Catch the ball. Are you thinking score right away? Do you see you?
Sure. Yeah. I always think score. I always get a lot of stuff where always running out of bounds, but that time I saw a lot of room to be able to score, so I made sure I got in the end zone.
All season, Geno, you guys have been trying to generate turnovers, and score off the turnovers. Is today one of those examples where obviously if you do that, good things are going to happen?
No, definitely. I mean, I feel like we had a really good game against Kansas City early in the year. We had a lot of turnovers, but we were able to win. So I feel like at this point we're just trying to win and do as much as we can to do that. We still got a lot, to fix it. We still got a lot of tackling we got to get better at. Just from everyone. But today's a great start. Get ready for division opponent next week.
It feels like over the past few weeks you've settled in more, you've gotten more comfortable, you've been more productive. Is that fair, or is it just we're seeing the results?
No, I mean I'm definitely getting more settled in. I'm starting to be able to show who I really am. So I'm definitely getting. I feel like I'm adjusted to the defense. The past few weeks, I feel like we kind of just made it simple for us to be able to go play fast, and I feel like the results are showing what we could do.
How hard was it even just to keep your breath in the second half? You guys had a ton of snaps out there. Are you guys getting tired?
No, definitely. Lou gave me a little 1 snap break. I needed it a little bit, but it was definitely tiring. I feel like I was on the field for like 50 plays in a row, but it's fine though. That's something we worked for. During during camp and everything. A lot of 2-minute drills. So I was fine though at the end.
I haven't said anything to Zach. I've just been patiently trying to work on my cutoff blocks and not jump off sides and do my job. And, I guess this week was the look. And Coach Pitch and Zach came to me and said we were up this week. And I spent all Friday catching extra balls from Joe and Jake Browning, and I just told them if they call it, I'm not going to drop it. So I'm glad that I was able to.
Were they ever that difficult, the ones that you were practicing? Because
No.
that was a tough catch.
They warned me that it'd be contested. I'd have somebody on me, but I walked up to the line and was like talking to the tackle, like, "Hey, are we cutting off?" Like talking about a fake block, and tried to get as free as I can. But Joe gave me a great pass, so it was really fun.
It looks like he went and got the ball for you. Did you
That's
thank
my
him
guy.
for going and tracking that down?
I did. That's my guy, man. He went and got the ball. I'm gonna cherish it forever. Catching a touchdown from Joe Burrow, that's something not everybody can say.
It's a pretty big play. Like, you haven't scored a lot in your career, but the plays you have scored are pretty big. How would you compare that to like the Baltimore return?
That touchdown right there was special. I don't think that a Bengals defensive player has ever scored a receiving touchdown. Anyone want to check me on that?
You might know, yeah.
68 was the only time a defensive player scored a touchdown.
Yeah, so first pass, I think, ever. But, no, I think that it was just a really cool moment, something that Zach, drew up for me, and I'm thankful to him. He's done so much for me in my career, so I'm just thankful.
Zach said you got hurt on the play. I know you don't know the extent of it yet, but when did you realize you were, because you celebrated like normal. You're right.
Yeah, no, I landed weird, banged my knee in the ground. Could be a PCL, but I need an MRI to see more. But, we'll see what it is, whatever it is. Happy to get the win, happy to, be the spark for the team. But,
Was it always going to be a spike?
Yeah, I definitely worked through the celebration a couple times. Spike and the flex was the plan.
Obviously today we came out on defense, we did a good job, getting the ball out and then catching the ones they threw to us. And I think we got to continue that down the road. Continue the great rush and continue the tight coverage on the deep end.
Is that an example of just kind of like a lack of attention to detail?
For today? You say it was me dropping the ball? Is that a lack of attention to detail? Yeah. Not necessarily. I didn't intentionally drop the ball. I just tried to switch it into my left hand because, if you understand, like as a runner, you're supposed to have the ball on the outside hand instead of like on the inside hand. So I was trying to switch it to my outside hand, and then it slipped out. But won't happen again.
I'm sure you've already done this, and this is redundant. But can you take us through that play?
Yeah, just trying to switch the ball into my left hand. No trying to intentionally drop the ball. I know that's what y'all want or y'all think, but no, I did not intentionally drop the ball. I was just trying to switch it over to my opposite hand.
Yeah, when you lost it, you reached for it after that. Like I saw you reach for it on the reach.
I knew it. As soon as I tried to put it in my left hand, I knew it would slip. So I tried to grab it and reach for my right hand, but then I tipped it out of bounds. I was trying to grab it though before it went out of bounds.
Were you worried Zach or Lou might sit you down for a series or longer?
Just as a guy they trust. Obviously they know I'm a guy who's come from programs where I've been a leader. I know I have to take accountability for things like that. So it's just more. It's just more of thinking about the next play, and getting off the field.
In the Bengals locker room with Josh Newton. Josh, take me through your first career NFL interception.
It really came off me just doing my job. We was kind of like in a cover two concept. They tried to just run like a sit with a dig behind it, and then Jermaine Pratt, he did a great job playing it, and he made the quarterback hold it, second guess himself, and the ball kind of floated on him, so I was able to get it. So.
Get it? You kept the ball. I see it behind you in the locker. What does that mean to you now that you've had a few minutes to digest it?
Just first of many, getting your first one off your chest, and you got to keep going and get more.
How big was it for this defense today to force all the turnovers that you guys did, to fly around and do what you did?
That's what we need, bro. Some of any best defense always getting the ball, always somehow getting the ball back to the offense. So that was one of the main things we try to make focus today, and we went out there and executed. So we just got to keep going.
You looked at your phone yet?
Yeah, it blew up. It blew up. Yeah.
What happened on the pick, Josh? What happened on the pick?
We was in like cover two concept. Jermaine ended up playing his responsibility right, and it ended up helping me. And the quarterback, the ball kind of floated away from him, out of his control, and I ended up getting it.